So it has been a hot minute. We've not really been doing too much house stuff, as I think I might have said in the previous video, but I did want to take you for a spin around the kitchen because our worktops are now in. While Tom and I were away, one of our friends very kindly house sat or just kind of chilled at the house one day so that they could be in for when the guys came to put the worktops in. So here we go, looking good. We are going to be getting another kettle and another toaster and making all of this look a bit prettier, but for now, I think it looks pretty good. And yeah, we still have no floor. We need to do underfloor heating, lay the floorboards, etc. There's still a lot to do. But I did just want to show you this anyway, and then I thought I would take you along for my first meal that I'm cooking in this kitchen. We were literally living off of these all-plants meals. I've only got a couple of them left. We've got a massaman curry left and a tofu sag paneer. These things have been such a lifesaver. They are pretty expensive. I think they were like £10 each. So one of these is £10. So 2 portions, £5 a portion. But given the alternatives were like microwave meals for the supermarket, which aren't nearly as healthy, or takeout, which is way more expensive, I thought it was a pretty good middle ground. And I will definitely be repurchasing these for like when life gets a little bit hectic or we just don't have time to make dinner, because it's super quick. You just put them in the microwave for like 10 to 15 minutes. Some of them go in the oven instead, but you're done. And they're all made by chefs in North London and frozen and delivered straight to your door. So it's like, there's no preservatives or anything like that. You recognize every single one of the ingredients. It's good. I love these. So I will be repurchasing. But the novelty does wear off quickly. So we've been eating nothing but these and like making sandwiches for 3 weeks. I'm very ready to make a meal. So I make this meal like all the time, but I'm thinking like a spicy gochujang chicken and a rice bowl with some veggies. It's super easy, it's super quick, it's so tasty. And I've not been able to make it for well over a month. And that's what I want. Okay, so what I've got here is just the no chicken strips from Iceland. I love these. I've not eaten chicken in like 10 years, well over 10 years, 15 years, but Tom hasn't. Tom still eats meat and he loves these too. So I think they're a pretty good alternative even if you aren't veggie and you want to try something. And then what I cook it with is basically a concoction. So I've got some gochujang, I've got loads of garlic, I've got lime, soy sauce, rice vinegar, and sesame oil. And then I do actually have sesame seeds, but I only eat toasted sesame seeds. They're so much more flavoursome. So I'm just giving them all a toast on the hob now. And when they're done, I'll let them cool down and put them back in that jar. And then I'll just use that jar as you would sesame seeds. For veggies, I'm doing some aubergine, which I think is my favourite ever veg, and some broccoli. And then I'll probably just cook up some rice as well. And it's too easy. Doing this one-handed is quite hard. Okay, we're switching things up because that just died. This has been in for 10 minutes. So what I'm now going to do is get the chicken on cook, get the chicken cooking rather, and then I'll actually just put the veg into here and toss it in the leftover sauce. I've got a very incorrect lid on the pot because I can't find the right lid, but we'll just get this pan here and we can start on the chicken. We also had some cucumber that was like on its last legs. So all I did here was put cucumber, rice vinegar, and some of those toasted sesame seeds, and just made a bit of a salad as well. You don't need this, but we had extra. And it doesn't matter how many times I've done this now. Sitting down on the sofa and eating dinner whilst watching TV. It's the little things in life, I'll tell you that. If you remember in a previous video, or maybe this video, I've lost track of editing by now, we bought some IKEA bits, and one of the IKEA bits was a cutlery divider, or a few cutlery dividers, but none of the ones in IKEA fit our drawers except the small plastic ones. And firstly, we don't really want plastic ones. I think I want wood. And secondly, the plastic ones were a little bit small for our drawers, whereas the wooden ones were a little bit big. So we had to go back to the drawing board. And also there was no cutlery in IKEA that we liked. The IKEA that we went to just had a really, really small selection. So we've been in this kitchen for a while without any cutlery. This is what we've been using so far. Which is a bit of a mess, and you have one meal per day and then you find out you're out of cutlery, so then you have to take the cutlery out the dishwasher and wash that up, and then you find that the dishwasher's not full enough to put on. So I'm very ready to be fully stocked. So the one we got is like expandable, which I thought was really cool because our drawer might not be this wide, but it might be like this wide, and then we can store straws or something down there, or just keep it in like this. I just basically thought it was quite a good solution for our drawers that I think are 50 centimeters, so not like the standard 60 centimeter width. Cool. And there we go. I mean, I am going to immediately take all of this out and put them in the dishwasher, but just wanted to visualize it, and that is very satisfying, having a fully stocked cutlery drawer.
I was most excited about the teaspoons. We've literally lived on 1 teaspoon since we've had this house, or maybe we started with 2. One went missing and we just had 1 that I've always had to try find when making coffees in the morning. So yeah, little things like that. Because our joists run side to side of the kitchen, obviously we need to then think about the path of the extractor fan. Ideally we want to just go out the back, but above we have joists running this way, and there's also joists kind of boxing it in as well because of where the chimney used to be. Yeah, we've had to kind of run a route so it goes up, down, up again, and then follow the joist out.
We are so close to having this kitchen done. Tom and his dad's, which you've already seen, have put the headlights in. We tonight are going to be tackling the shelves in the kitchen and the floor. After that, I think we might be done. I mean, we just need our carpenter to come back and close off the units. I don't know if you can see here, this unit goes all the way to the ceiling, but then these ones don't, and it's because I wanted our kitchen units to go all the way up to the ceiling. I think it makes the room feel taller, and this is a pretty short room. I'm like 5'3" and I can almost touch the ceiling. Tom's 6'4" and he's very close to the ceiling. So I thought like making it feel longer and taller would be a good idea. So yeah, he's coming back to do that. And then actually let me turn you around. There is this gap still between the wall and the first unit. And the reason that there's a gap is because we are going to be having a wine rack in there. So good use of that space. So yes, after that we're done. And oh, I can't wait. The kitchen is my absolute favorite room of the house. I'm not talking specifically about this house, but I mean like, I spend my time in here. I love cooking. It's like my favorite thing to do. My job and my life and everything revolves around food. So I can't wait for this room to be done. And then I can start sharing some recipes with you. Oh, and the only thing after that will need to be done is the ceiling needs to be plastered. I don't know if you can see, we do still have our old ceiling, and that is because the family bathroom, which is the, I think, last room that we're doing, is right above. And sometimes with the plumbing and the stuff that we're doing, it's actually just a lot easier to go in from below. So we're not plastering the ceiling so that if we do have to make a hole, or we do, I don't know, damage it whilst doing the bathroom, we'll be fine. So for the shelves in the kitchen, we just got these Dunelm shelves. They were £12 a shelf. They fit basically perfectly. I do think they're gonna come in front of the window a little bit, but to be honest, I'm just too lazy to chop them down. But we got 4 of those, and my vision is to have either side of the window, above the sink, 1 shelf and then a shelf higher. And we'll use them to store things like bowls and plates that I think look a little bit nicer. You know, those super common pots with the wooden lids, and you put pasta and stuff inside. And then just all my cookbooks will finally have somewhere to live. We've just finished work for the day. Winter is definitely coming because it's getting dark earlier. So let's see how quickly we can do this. and the dishwasher's just gone on. Let's go. Okay, it's a few days later. The shelves have been up for a little while now. As you can see, I've put the cookbooks in place. I've just kind of split them by color. The cookbooks, if you haven't seen, in the last video I went through which ones are my favorites. And I've waited a few days because we have had a few things come through in the post. So I wanted to kind of talk you through how I'm styling the shelves, what I'm putting where, and yeah, let you watch me as I try to put these shelves together. Styling and like, not prop styling, but yeah, just styling a room is definitely not my strong suit. I've said this in a few videos now, I get a little bit self-conscious about like my style. I feel like I don't have very good style. So this is always the bit that gets to me, or this is the bit that stresses me out. Anyway, let me talk you through the kind of stuff I've bought. So the first thing I do is go onto Pinterest and look at exactly what I'm trying to achieve. So I would type in like open kitchen shelving, and that's my starting point. From there, I'll find pictures I like, and then based on the pictures I like, I will buy items that are similar to that. Pinterest, as I've said in a bunch of videos, is highly annoying because you see something that looks good and then you go to buy it and you realize it's thousands of pounds. So I am doing a budget version, and that starts with chopping boards. I just got these two. This one is from Dunelm, this one is from H&M, and I think those look really cute, so maybe I'll pop those up. That's right, the lighting's pretty terrible, so you're not going to see that section very well. Next, I just got these jars. I'm pretty sure they're from B&M, maybe. And I've just added bits in there. So we've got some muesli, some pasta, and some rice. I'm gonna get more whole grain rice. This isn't gonna be half filled forever, but I think this is, this is on every single kitchen shelf. Then also from Dunelm, I got these salt and pepper grinders. I thought these are pretty good for two things. Firstly, you have them on the shelf, but when you have dinner parties, you can take them and put them on the dining room table, because when I'm cooking, I literally just use this box of Maldon that I dip my fingers into every day. So yeah, probably don't want to put that on the table. Thought these were cute. Then I've got this, well, this plant is from IKEA. I mean, every plant we have is from IKEA, and this bottom is from, or this plant pot or pot is from H&M. So this was just lying around the house, I popped it in there, and that'll do. I just like the texture of this, I think it looks really cool. Then I've got these bowls and plates. So the bowl looks really cool, and I got the plates underneath. Again, just 4 and 4 of each for when we have people over, or when we want slightly nicer stuff, but these look cute, so I don't want them in our cupboards, and I want them on the shelves. So, I mean, they're quite heavy. I'm hoping they'll not collapse the shelf, but I thought those could look cute too. And then I feel like this is looking a bit lonely, so I just picked this up from the dining room, and I might put it up here just to add another thing. Cute. Okay, so there's the one shelf, and there's the other. I definitely feel like this is missing something, but I don't know what. And again, it might just be the lighting for now. I don't know if I've mentioned, but you can see the lights have been put in, and finally the ceiling has been plastered. So we'll be painting that pretty soon. And while we're at it, we found that this was way too small as a fruit bowl. So I actually did just pick this much bigger one up from H&M. I thought it was green, nice to have a pop of color. And yeah, we'll kind of fill that up with our fruit as well. And that is it. All we have left now is getting the floor down, painting the ceilings, getting our wine rack built in, and then getting all of the units built in at the top. And I think, fingers crossed, this kitchen could be fully done. So if you'd like to see it come together and the finishing touches, hit the subscribe button. We upload videos every single Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesdays, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and give this video a like if you enjoyed. It really helps boost the channel. Thank you again. Have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.